All right, all right, people of the sun. All right, family. All right. Um. So, I don't know. I don't know what is the polar. You know, what I'm looking at. What I'm looking at. What I'm looking at, family. All right. What I'm looking at, family. Um, is I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I was getting ready. I don't know what it is I'm looking at, but one thing I will tell you is that my style, my style of videos, my style of things, my style of videos is probably wild style. You feel me? It's probably wild style. Um, you know, but what we're getting ready to talk about today, delve into before um before I forget. But you know what? Fuck it. Actually, today we're gonna talk about Star Wars. We're gonna talk about Star Wars. Step inside my kitchen, talk about Star Wars. Um, and and yeah, and I was talking about my style of videos. Really, truthfully, is what's known as your wild style. All right. Um, Now, wild style is a graffiti. Wild style is a graffiti form, but also what you need to know that about wild style is that it came from the gangs, the Puerto Rican members of gangs, and Puerto Rican members of gangs, not Puerto Rican gangs themselves. They're black gangs, but every these these uh our Latino gang members, with them they carry so much spirit, you know what I mean, so much spirit and so much zeal that they were highlighted, they were they were it's like when you in a group, what makes you different, you know what I mean, you gotta know what separates you from the rest of the group, you know what I mean. That's just it's just street rules. Street rules. You gotta just cause we all brothers and sisters don't mean we all see eye to eye and see things the same. So one of my things, that's why I'm putting this on right here, is because why? It's because as I'm putting out this word, as I'm getting out this message, I'm delivering to you. I'm telling you at the same time, look. Telling you at the same time, look, you know what I mean? I'm muzzling myself. I'm muzzling myself. You understand? I muzzle myself and I continue to speak. I muzzle myself and I continue to speak. And that is the word. That is the word of God. You know what I mean? That's the word of God. You understand? You like to say Allah. I won't even really. I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm letting him sit in the corner. But the word of the Lord is the word of Allah. But you know what I mean. So here's what I'm saying. I'm just gonna get to the point. We are living in Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen. We are living in Star Wars. The melanated people, and basically they just been waiting for us to get up. You know what I mean. So I'm bringing you this York. I don't want to say Dr. York, but I'm bringing you this York consciousness. See what I'm saying? So I'm bringing you this York consciousness. I'm telling you that the whole world has been waiting for waiting for me and you to wake up. You know what I mean? That's why we going back to the old republic. So let me bring in some of this new information first. I'm gonna bring in with you this new information. You have The Holy, and I want you to think, what does Holy Roman Empire actually stand for? What does holy mean? What does holy mean? You know what I mean? When we talk about Halloween, we talk about Hallows Eve. Well, what's hallow? You know, is hallow really sacred? What is sacred? You know, when we talk about the sacral chakra, you know, what's so sacred about the sacral chakra? It contains portals. It contains portals, meaning that and the sacral chakra is nothing but holes. Go figure. Alright, now, I'm not gonna lie, you know, the sacral chakra contains holes, so what? We have many chakra centers on our body. What's so special about the sacral chakra? I can't tell you. I don't know what makes this. It's probably, aside from it being the biggest, that's not, you know, it's really, that's it. But here's the thing. Alright, I might get kind of deep. It's less for us than it is for all of them. All of them out there. It's less for us than it is for all of them. Alright? Mask on. It's less for us than it is for all of them. So why is it deemed the Holy Roman Empire? When there's nothing holy about Romans. There's nothing holy about, that's why I like to say the Holy German Roman Empire, because it would seem like to me that basically after we understood the cloning, you know, the process and procedure of cloning, whenever that highlight was, is basically when we kind of continued the whole same exact thing. Okay, an empire has fallen. Well, instead of we're gonna take the Romans that we knew, and we're gonna replace them with Germans. So now instead of creating Romans in a lab, we're creating Germans in a lab. But then again, too, that's why I say, you know what I mean? And then the same exact thing. And what happens afterwards? They extend the kingdom. They extend the crown. They extend the kingdom. They extend the crown. You know? All things, you know, they extend the monarchy. You know? So we got to, that's what I'm saying, we got to really understand that we are living in the days of Star Wars, and that we are the Jedis. We are the Jedis of the old Republic, you know? And I damn sure wish. See, anyone who reads fiction and books and novels and stuff, they already got the upper hand, because if you ain't read it, then you can't, they can literally fully immerse themselves in this knowledge which I'm about to give, which I'm giving y'all to y'all. But this is in the chapters of popular fiction. So this is all popular fiction. You know what I mean? This is in the chapters of popular fiction where niggas already know about this shit. This is why when I show you something like this, when I take something like this, I'm up here reading it. I'm actually reading what it says. Cause why? Cause it's gonna say something. It's gonna say something about spices. Is anything that's connected with spices is connected to tools. Anything that's connected to tools is connected to all life, all forms of man, all forms of mankind. Alright? Anything that's connected to vegetables is connected to all forms of mankind. Right? Because It's crazy. They'll tell you the truth right on the packaging. They'll tell you the truth right on the packaging. Like for example, if you drink beer, you drink a beer and the name of, and I don't want to get into names. Like I'm only gonna dive into names just a teeny bit. But the name of the beer is called Space Dust. Why would they name a beer Space Dust? Because when the shit that's going on today, or dust today. You know what I mean? So this has been in prediction. This has been in prediction. This has been happening. The bubonic plague, things like the bubonic plague, all sorts of problems. Things like the bubonic plague, things like space dust, all types of shit. Alright? But we as being the master builders, we as the master builder, the master race, we gotta understand, we gotta know what the fuck is up. Cause they supposed to be our creations. So we supposed to know what the fuck is up. You know what I mean? So we gotta be on some draft. We gotta be on some draft. So I'm taking all these things. I'm putting them on the chessboard. You know, you have is the veil. The veil is lifted. What I'm really getting at here, trying to explain to y'all, the veil is lifted. The veil is lifted. The veil has lifted out here. I'm gonna need some French fries. Start. The veil has lifted out here. Alright? Which means that we gotta know shit. It means this time's up. Red wine, you know what I mean? Grab me some red wine. The veil is up. Time is lifted. Which means you gotta understand who the Asians really are. You can't be choosing. I can't be like, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Dominican. Nah, what is that, man? What is that? So, you know what I mean? You can't be like that. You can't be like, it might even be a problem to be like, I'm black. Like, nah, what is that? Or I might be like, you are not black. Or, you know, or explain yourself. You know what I mean? Again, why? Because it's census time. And trust and believe. Whatever you say you are, you might just actually end up being that and condemning yourself. You know what I mean? Out of sheer ignorance. Or because you was a slave in your past life. Because you was a slave in your past life, you think, okay, well, this is my chance. This is my reason to be, to be here on this earth and be a slave again. No. That's what they want you to think. That's only what they want you to think. Because I'll be the first to tell you that slavery still goes on today. In states in America, slavery still goes on today, where niggas don't even know slavery is illegal. Niggas don't even know they own standing. They don't know squat. They don't know their rights. They don't know standing. They barely even speak English. Dark. I want to say mejotes or mesquetes. Meaning it's like, pygmies, basically pygmies. You know? So, and yeah, they got shackles. They got shackles on their feet. You know what I mean? They got shackles on their arm. It's awful. It's horrible. But that's what I'm saying. Either you gonna walk around like you the shit and not know nothing, or you gonna know something. You know what I mean? So, and even that word just knowing means creation. Knowing means creation. Knowing is a right. Meaning it's your right to know. You know what I mean? It's your birth. Not only is it a right, but it's also your birthright. It's also your birthright to know. Alright? They like to teach you everything that's not important. Like to teach you, okay, you are a boy, you are a girl, you are this, that. Nah, that shit's a wrap. Alright? Because there's more than two genders. It's more than just boy and girl. You know, when it comes to genders, and that's not even. I'm not even trying to get Luciferian. I'm just being like honest. Like there's more than two genders. You know what I mean? So I'm just airing. There's a couple genders out there, but you know the agenda is to make sure you fucked up fighting for a single ass agenda when there's a whole war out here. There's a whole war. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole war, and you out here stuck on some feminist rights. Some feminist rights. Meanwhile, you a whole black person. You up here defending feminism. You a whole black person. Just like you got Letitia James. You got Miss Letitia James. You want to set up a hotline for Asians. But guess what? Guess who's not calling in? I'm not calling in. Why? Because cognitive dissonance. But what about black people? Black people are not Asians? I'm not Asian? Really? How you figure? Define Asian. Look up Asian in the dictionary for me. Look it up. And yes, we created you people too. Y'all created. You know what I mean? Or if we didn't create you, someone the fuck did. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just shoots. It's shoots and ladders, man. It's straight up shoots and ladders. It's straight up shoots and ladders. But here's the thing. It don't matter. Fuck names. Fuck all the names. All the names? Fuck them. All the names, fuck them. Names don't mean a thing. Whether you are more, only thing that matters is the knowledge. And the knowledge, whether it's Masonic knowledge, whether it's Egyptian knowledge of mystery school, whether it's mystery school knowledge, whether it's Moorish knowledge, it's universal cosmic knowledge. Alright? It's universal cosmic knowledge, which is only reserved for supreme beings and gods, and that's it. Gods and goddesses, supreme beings of the universe. That's it. Alright? So I'm gonna keep it very 100 with you. So where we fall off, I feel personally, is that we have desires, right? We have desires. One of them is cravings. We have cravings, we have desires, right? Cravings and desires that gets into our heart chakras and confuses and gives us the wrong signals. Alright? Which is why we gotta start going back to the ways of old. Guess what? You think we're going back in time? You think we're going back to the Egyptian days? Like, nah, we're not. We're going far. We're bypassing Egypt. We're bypassing Egypt. We want to say Egypt don't matter. We're bypassing Egypt. Even though we all know how to use emojis and all this shit, etc., etc., they got us hooked on using programs using emojis now. Fuck that shit. We going further even back into the days of that. And get this, you also gonna have crazy technology too. You're gonna have all types of crazy technology. So it's gonna be it's gonna be like some Thundercat shit. We living in the days of Star Wars and Thundercats. Real shit. It looks like my my French fries is done. So yeah, that's it for my chat. I hope you enjoyed the chat. I gotta put some calories into my body. Alright, something to stimulate my brain. And yeah, so I got potatoes And it's crazy because it's crazy, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's crazy. I bought potatoes, and it's like, I don't like shopping with the Holy Roman Empire, you know what I mean? With the whole German Roman Empire watch my back. You know what I mean? So, cause here's the thing. Me, I got privileges. I got privileges, you know? I got privileges. I have privileges. But here's the thing, I get pissed off. You know what I mean? So, it just so happens that people just, especially when I'm flexing, when I'm exercising my privileges, you know, and it just looks bad. It looks bad too when someone, you know, when you flexing your privileges and someone don't understand it and they just like, hey, well, how did he gets to do that? Like, look, you got money, I got this face. See this face right here? See this face? Paid for. Don't matter what's in my pockets. Trust me. But, you know, for me, that's why whenever you do the things you do, you can't do it just for, you know, fuck, you know, you can't do it. You know, everything you do has to have like a twofold meaning. But it's like, even though I could have been eating, not is, you know what I mean, like, it's just eating. Even though I could have been you know, I could have got my French fries. I could have got these same exact French fries with the same exact bag and gone home and walked my way and kept my little change. You know, it was only $1, but it's still, you know, that's 100 cents. That's 100 cents. You know, and you know, that's 100 cents. My bad for making this video long. I'm kind of just praying over my food right now. But, you know, that's 100 cents. And I could have took it and gone off, but being that it's a permanent staple that he be there, I don't like to just make up rules on my own as I see fit without some type of, I don't like to be like that, even though I could get down like that. Is basically what I'm saying. So, you know, there has to be a method to the madness always. You know what I mean? So, yeah, because, you know, theft is not even a thing no more. I'm telling you, right now, theft. If someone steals something, if they haven't taken no money from you, and you know what I mean, and you're not trying to take them to court, they don't even want to hear about it. Because guess what? Officers got their posts. Officers got their have their routine and their ritual. Don't want to be bothered, which makes sense. It makes sense. But I appreciate now that they're more upfront about it than they were in the past. Even though they probably should have just did their work anyway, just as diligently. Who knows? Maybe now we might see police officers being a little bit more lax, a little bit more less. All right, peace, fam. It's catch up time.